Today I am doing something a little bit different because on my channel I like to do all kinds of really cool stuff. Today we're going to review the movie Godzilla, King of the Monsters. And as it turns out, he really is King of the Monsters. I believe now. So, tomorrow we're heading off to Boston to do some ghost hunting. We're going to do some really cool adventures out there. And we'll be bringing you those next week. And, then after that we got some other fun stuff coming up, UFO stuff. But tonight we're going to talk about a movie review because, a lot of things in pop culture, especially things like monster movies or sci-fi, those can really trace their roots back to a lot of mythology, a lot of true stuff, and ancient civilizations and history and things like that. So that's one of the reasons why every now and then I like to talk about a movie, because it does have some relevance to the paranormal or supernatural, in a sense that it's folklore, myth, things like that. It's modern because it's movies. But Godzilla was really cool. So I go to this movie. I just wanted to see monsters killing each other. That's all I needed. That's great. It's fantastic. If I get that, I'm happy. So I wasn't really expecting a lot, but this movie had a lot of story. It was very similar to the vein of Kong on Skull Island, because it had a really good story. They really did well putting together characters and the story arc that you really get into it. You can really enjoy watching these people and getting into their story and following them throughout the entire movie as it interacts with the monsters. And it's really a really nice organic fit, how everything kind of blends together in this film. They use a lot of plot devices, which a lot of filmmakers just don't do anymore. And I found that refreshing. I liked seeing how they use certain things. I won't spoil it. I don't want to talk about the spoilers, but there's certain things they do with certain characters that really make the movie powerful. And, you'll go to the movie and you'll see that. And so many movies anymore, you just don't really care about the characters much. It's hard to really get into them. They're going to die. You don't care. So that was nice to see. That's something I like to incorporate in my scripts when I'm screenwriting. Those are the kind of things I like to use, because I know those are powerful and they're huge and they really make a big impact on a film and the viewing experience. So it was really nice to see some things like that being done in Godzilla, of all movies, and it was just fantastic. There was one part I didn't like, two parts, and they're not really spoilers. Sorry, I've got the allergies tonight. But it's just the most common thing you see in any adventure movie or action movie or anything that has any kind of action in it. Any movie that there's tense moments where somebody has to say "hang on" right in the middle of some crazy, I don't know, whatever it is, car chase, airplanes, helicopters in this case, or Osprey. Any kind of adventure, avalanches coming down, whatever it is, somebody's having to yell out, "hang on," like nobody's already hanging the frick on for dear life, because they are. And it drives me insane whenever they do this in movies. It happened twice in this movie. It drove me nuts. It's like, who says that? That's just poor. That's poor screenwriting. That's lazy screenwriting to me. You don't write "hang on" in a movie. There's so many other things you can put in there. That's my pet peeve, is people saying "hang on" in movies in tense situations where everybody's already hanging on. Like, oh, maybe I better hang on because I'm about to fall out of this aircraft. So that's just, it's in every movie. You go watch every movie, somebody's going to be yelling "hang on" or "hold on." Same thing. It's one or the other. It's an exception if everybody's kind of like talking over each other and somebody says, "hang on a second," or it's like, "hold on while I do this real quick." It's then it's not like you're telling people to hang on and do something obvious. It's just like, shut up a second, give me some space to think. So that's a different use of the term, which is okay. I can deal with that. I still think you don't have to be that lazy about the writing, but it's better than when they're just in the middle of a crazy amount of chaos and somebody's yelling out, "Hang on." So that was the only thing I hated about this whole movie. And it's happened twice, but that's the thing that I noticed probably most people never do. Yeah, but there was nothing really bad about this movie. It was really cool. I mean, it was really cool. Monsters killing each other. I mean, he's like, "Rah." So, me and Godzilla. So, just want to let you know about the movie review of Godzilla, King of the Monsters. I think it was an A+. Let's go for it again. I'm probably going to have to buy this one on DVD. So, I recommend seeing it. And if you do, make sure to stay through the credits. No matter how bad you got to pee. Stay and wait, because there's a little scene at the very end, just like there was in Kong Skull Island. I don't know if you saw that. You might have to go back and watch it again. But, yeah, stay through the end of the movie, past the credits. It's not epic or life-changing. It's, you know, it's not quite as cool as the one on Kong Skull Island, but it's pretty cool. It's worth seeing, and you want to get every second of the movie out of it that you paid for, right? And one of the things I thought was especially exciting about this movie is Godzilla played himself in this film. You know, and I could tell that early on when I first started watching the movie. I thought, that does not look like a guy in a costume. You know, I was pretty sure. And, you know, that goes for some of the other monsters as well. They were not actors. They were, you know, played by themselves. So that lends a little bit of an air of authenticity to the film. I really wanted to see a little bit more of the Titan that looked like a cross between a gorilla and a woolly mammoth. That dude was cool. I could use some more of that guy in the movie. I mean, maybe next time. You know, there's going to be more, because this movie's going to be awesome, and people are going to go watch it for years. It's going to be a big money maker. So I think we're going to have more monsters definitely coming to us in the future. Kong and versus Godzilla is coming out in a couple of years, so that's going to be something to look forward to. Maybe we'll have woolly mammoth gorilla in that one. I'm kind of hoping, but you know, Mothra was in this. It was spectacular. It was fun. It was exciting to watch this giant moth. Man, he's pretty cool. So anyway, yeah, the whole movie was just a blast. Everything about it. I'm trying not to do spoilers. We'll do that maybe in a couple of weeks when we want to break down it a little more on what's going on with this movie. But for now, Millie Bobby Brown was a great actress in this. She was a great character. A lot more fun to watch than I really expected. Yeah, all the characters were just great. All of them. You know, there was a little bit of a hint of a globalism type of idea to the villains. You know, they kind of had this idea of wanting to depopulate the earth and using monsters to do it, kind of thing. I don't think there's a spoiler. I hope it's not. It's not a huge one, but it was funny because, you know, a lot of stuff in Hollywood is kind of like opposite that. They want to make that seem like the good thing to do. But this movie, I don't know how they got through, but yeah, somehow they made this movie where the globalization thing turned out to be the bad idea, and everybody was against it. So they were the bad guys. They were the enemies, and trying to do everything for the wrong reasons. So it was really, really kind of fun to watch that. That was an interesting aspect to it. And, you know, Godzilla wasn't having it, so he's kind of right, you know, and Ghidorah was the wrong side, and he was pretty scary too. Him and his big three heads, he looked like, you know, somebody you wouldn't want to mess with in a dark alley for sure. Ghidorah was pretty awesome. You know, and one other thing about one of the best parts of the whole film, Godzilla's nuclear fart. It was pretty awesome. I mean, whoa. You don't want to be in that neighborhood when that goes off. Just saying. So, anyway, go see Godzilla. It's out right now. Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Best way to spend $12 if you ask me. Better than anything out right now. So, go watch some Godzilla, catch some monster action, and enjoy it. This is Star Trek 47, signing off.